Alrighty, we are live here for BearCave Week 10. It's already been kind of a saucy week. A few upsets here and there, some shockers. I did send out the invite, and we have a new guest on BearCave this week to help commentate. We got Big Hawk of San Diego State, the only celebrity in the Discord. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Obviously, let me know if you can hear us, and then make sure you subscribe with your Twitch Prime, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check all that stuff out, channel points, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, how are you doing this morning?
It's a great morning. Woke up, had me a little breakfast a couple hours ago. Feeling ready to go, ready to watch some football.
So you're in Texas right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Yeah, I woke up like 20 minutes before the stream, got a quick shower, and here we go. All right, so our sponsors for the day, we have one submitted by Pinstripe, Mess with the Bull and Get the Horns. Obviously, Buffalo is on a roll, 4 straight wins. So he's excited about that. And if you are wondering who the person is right there, that's Lou Ishire, who's getting killed by the bull. And then the other sponsor is the Coastal Carolina Paint and Security Hermanos. All right, so BearCave, you guys kind of know how it works. We quick sim. If it's close at the end, then we'll watch it, see what happens. I want to remind everybody today is the debut of the College Football Playoff Committee, so this is when shit starts to get real. And we're going to be starting here in the Sun Belt. This is a pretty big game. It's both of these teams are leading each other's divisions. While it's a rivalry, it's for some reason cross division in the SFA. Coco, if you're here, let me know if you want to receive or kick. Looks like Georgia Southern has a huge advantage in the overall.
I think it's big for Georgia Southern to crack out a win here, move up to 3-1 in conference, kind of force Georgia Southern to get into the same spot as them. Even though you said they're separate divisions, but it's still a big deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, rivalry game. I love the JSOW uniforms, but it seems like, now I'm colorblind, so I might be wrong, but it seems like their helmet and their jerseys are just so slightly off that it's aggravating.
It definitely is. When you talk to Rydell and you're getting your paint options, a matte color is a lot cheaper than
Oh.
special finish. So what you'll see here is a lot of schools will go for that matte finish when finances are a little bit of an issue. That leads me to wonder what's going on.
Interesting. See? Big Hawk now. All right, so while we're waiting, what inspired the dive for the tee? Did you have that planned? Was it a spur of the moment? Was it like a dare on the sidelines? Like how'd that work?
Well, there's a man that used to work for the Houston Oilers named Bill Mojo Lackey who would do a similar thing. This was a long time ago. And, one day I was out at practice, and our tight ends coach at Houston, Coach Meekins, comes up to me and goes, "Hey, have you ever heard of this guy?" "No, I haven't." He showed me the video, and I was like, "Oh, that's amazing. I love that. It's beautiful." And he goes, "How would you feel about, doing something like that here?" And I was like, I'm totally game. It'd be great. It'd be a blast. But, our head coach had to approve it, and he saw the video, he got the story, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, we definitely got to do that." And I did it 2021 season against Memphis was the first time, which is great. I'm not a big fan of Memphis. And it just kicked off from there.
Oh, nice. So it was like a weekly thing?
Every home game you can come up to TDECU and see it.
Absolutely. Yo, if you're in Houston, you can see Big Hawk running for the tee every week. All right, Georgia Southern, they go up 17 here in the fourth quarter. Remember, we only watch it if it's within one score. So we'll see if Georgia Southern chokes, and they fumbled it. And are they going to score?
Oh,
And they don't. They can't convert. So it looks like Georgia Southern will get out of there with a W. They survived the comeback. Let's just take a look at the quick stats for Georgia Southern. Jeff Driscoll, Daddy Driscoll, as he is coined, he actually might have left with an injury. So this might be something to keep an eye on tomorrow when injuries release. And let's see how his defense did. Skov is an SFA player, so is Brookins. He got a sack. Timmy Jernigan. He has like 4 D tackles that are SFA players. It used to be known as DTU.
I'll tell you right now, 12 tackles, 4 TFLs, a sack is an impressive stat line. That's a player that's got a high motor and is ready to go. You love to see it.
Players of the game, Daddy Driscoll, despite leaving early, gets the dub. All right, so not a lot of fireworks in game 1. It's all right. Dogwater, if you want to see specifics, DM me, because otherwise I will forget. All right, so next up is we have Kentucky and Penn State here. All right, so now while the records might be similar and show that this game is kind of a matchup, Penn State benched their quarterback Terrell Pryor for this game, and starting the 96, I guess his name is Verlo. So not a lot of high hopes. Now, if either Coach Green or Coach Davis here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. We're going to take over Kentucky, just so if he wants the option, he can do it. What's your breakdown of this game?
You know, coming into this, it's easy to tell Kentucky's going to be running the ball. You know, they're pretty successful with it. Penn State looks like they have a solid run defense, though. So we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see what happens, but I think Kentucky's going to come to that.
Now, it's always interesting seeing a SEC go on the road, especially this late in the season. It's a rare occurrence, to say the least.
I was wrong. Penn State has a strong rushing offense as well.
Oh, yeah, number 8 in the country.
This is not going to be a very high-passing game at all.
Now, I think that was because Terrell Pryor just uses his legs so well. But now that Verlo is in there, who knows what the offense is going to look like.
That's a big problem there. You know, having a mobile quarterback is always a plus. Someone that can kind of slip out of pocket and, you know, find a way to get extra yards for you, extend drives. But at the same time, quarterbacks that rely too heavily on their legs bottleneck the offense, refusing to open up that deep field advantage that passing gives teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Big
Penn State with the early lead.
Better analysis than we've ever had on the broadcast. You love to see it. And Penn State's kind of rolling here early, as you would expect, but Kentucky is hanging in there a little bit as we get to halftime. They're only up 7. And a quick, that stalled out for a field goal. I was going to say, it's a quick touchdown, but all right, so it's kind of close here. So if I'm Coach Dave, I'm definitely a little bit scared, as field goal is no good for Kentucky.
You know, it's a painful miss to make. It's fourth quarter. You know, you're getting kind of deep into the game. You need to break it down to a one-score game, and miss field goal there just does not get it done.
And nothing is happening really for either side. And a big play and then interception for Scalzo. This has been a ugly fourth quarter, and that's the game.
That's the game. Kentucky definitely fell short of the mark.
So in his debut, he only scores 17 points, but it was enough. Kentucky definitely not a great performance there. Keziah Holmes. Here's Verlex's first game, or Verlo, I guess is what his name actually is. But only 1 TD, not the worst, but you'd love that completion percentage to be a little bit better.
See, that super low completion percentage makes me feel like they're attempting a lot of deep shots. You know, when you have a quarterback coming in that's young, you know, doesn't quite know the system as well, you really want to get them comfortable, you know, shooting into the gaps short range. A check down here, slant there. Get them comfortable before you start forcing that deep ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to get your
But
quarterback settled.
19 carries for the quarterback. That is also a bit heavy, in my opinion.
Well, for Kentucky's offense, that's what he wants to do. So. All right. Next up, though, is a potentially a big one in the Conference USA. Undefeated Louisiana Tech and Rice. One of the undefeated teams in the Group of 5 did already go down today. So we'll see. The Rice Owls do have the better team. So we'll see if they can get the upset.
I'll tell you something about Rice's stadium. Because of the way it's built, that field gets awfully hot. It gets so hot, in fact, that they can't use turf. What they use is wood chips.
Damn. Now,
I was being down there in August. That thing is burning.
Now, I will say the only thing I've seen with Rice is I went to USC versus Rice this season, and their marching band at halftime was so cringy. It was like ridiculously bad. They were like trying to roast USC when they're down 40.
They do it to everybody. They just stomp them,
It was so cringy, man. And they have a dude on the accordion, like it's like 10 people. It's like one guy's on an accordion, violins and stuff. Is like these guys are wild. All right. First quarter. Let's see what happens here. They are on their home turf, and a quick score and a quick response, but a missed extra point, it looks like. And Rice does have Luke McCaffrey at quarterback in this universe. And Rice takes a quick lead, so... Oh, man, down a touchdown at halftime.
That's only one possession, brother. Who, is Louisiana Tech getting the ball? No, they are not. That's a two-possession game.
But they get the touchdown. Oh, they take the lead.
Oh.
Okay. So
2 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's a little glitch. So start of the fourth quarter. Can Rice retake the lead? They do, but they miss the extra point. All right, we're going to sim play-by-play now. As it's 3rd and 25, that's definitely not the way you want to do it. So now they need a stop here. And we are going to go in on a 3rd and 7, our first game of the day. Rice is up 2. Can they get the upset? One of the 3 undefeated teams. And I'm not sure what's going on here. We got a 4th and 38 going on.
I tell you right now, TC, I've seen a lot. I've seen this happen before. Somehow they're kicking a field goal from the 1 yard
definitely
line.
Don't know what's going on here. We got
I'm very confused.
And we got a flag and offsides turnover. Have you ever seen this on a game before?
I've been to a lot of football games. I've seen a lot of football. I can't say I've ever seen a player's face stretching.
And the whole offensive line has lost their helmets. I don't know what's going on here today.
This is a very unsafe way to play. I tell you, we're going to see a lot of brain fry.
It's great. I don't know who it was. Are they going to snap the ball, though? That's the question.
I don't know if they can.
And we get a flag. Yeah, I might have to super sim here. I'm not quite sure. Oh, man, that guy...
You see, I have to say, this is one of the wildest endings to a game I've ever seen.
This is definitely going to be an impressive game. And you know what? They get a score. I don't know what happened there. It's not a one-possession game. But they quickly score again. So,
onside kick recovered by Rice, though. All they have to do is kneel out the clock. It's a great victory for Rice.
And
upsetting.
Here's the punt. Are they going to actually punt it? And we got a flag. So I'm just going to sim this because this is...
They gave... It gave the ball back to Louisiana. What is going on?
4th
Yes,
and
just in
11.
this.
We're
If you
just going to sim this game. I'm really not quite sure what's going on here. Okay, we're going to just see if they run a play or not, because there's 10 seconds left. They're down by 2.
half the
And
team is not wearing helmets.
I guess the helmet is making it seem like it's offsides. So that's an interesting I wanted to give them a chance, boys. All right, so we'll just sim to the end of the game. Really not sure what happened there, but you know what? Rice does get the victory.
Replacing helmets with very long protruding spikes from the chin is a questionable decision from both teams.
Well, it worked out for Rice here today.
Indeed it did, TC. Indeed it did.
I mean, I don't know what happened there, but you gotta just let the game do its thing. Luckily, no users got hurt by it. It actually helped one, so. And Rice was winning anyways, so we gotta just roll with the punches. And I'm pretty sure the playoff committee will probably keep that one in mind when making their decisions a little later. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully that was like a one-time thing. So
big win there for Rice also pushes them into bowl contention.
Yeah. So now we got a pretty this might be a ugly matchup to say the least. Ron, if you're in here, heads or tails, kick or receive. Now, Big Hawk, you are in the Houston program. One, I want to know how you think you're going to do in the Big 12. And then also on top of that, what's the mindset when you guys go into an environment where you're an underdog?
I don't really believe in underdogs. A team, you should go into every game with a plan to win the game. Great field, interesting. I think we'll do good. Big 12 is going to be a large step up for the program, for the school. I think we're going to do pretty good in it.
Yeah, I've always been a kind of a Houston fan whenever they're good. The one year where they should have made the playoff, but they had a late loss, unfortunately. But and yeah, Eastern Michigan has a gray field that is not a glitch. So, all right. So he wanted tails and kick.
I love these Iowa State uniforms. The numbers on them, it looks nice. It looks crisp while also looking modern and new.
Oh yeah, I love Iowa State. They're one of my personal favorite teams. As Eastern Michigan does respond, and we all know that we all know Eastern Michigan or Iowa State has a questionable defense. It's just basically they just try to outscore everyone. But it's not working here as Eastern Michigan takes the halftime lead. Oh boy, this would be a big upset for the MAC as we head into the third quarter. Iowa State does take the lead, and not much, and they take a 10-point lead, but Eastern Michigan, they're still responding here. All right, it's getting down to crunch time.
Fourth quarter is never a time you want to punt. You want to stretch your drives as much as possible, or at least get into field goal range, and either shorten down the deficit or build up the lead. Having to punt midfield there, it's terrible.
All right, so we are going to hop in here, Eastern Michigan. Hopefully we don't get any sort of weird glitches, but can they do the unthinkable? As oh my god, why are we getting a glitch? All right, so I guess our BearCave is glitching this week. So next possession here, Eastern Michigan does score. Iowa State scores again.
Comes down to the last 52 seconds. A shame we can't watch this game.
Let's just give it one chance. Nope, because there is a helmet glitch going on. I'm not quite sure. I have not edited the file at all this week, so this is just a NCAA mess up.
That
So
looks painful.
stop watching the game. Sorry that I want to actually to watch the game. All right, so we'll just sim. And they tie it up, and now we're in overtime, and they scored. Ah, man,
Eastern
we
Michigan
can't.
with the first score.
All right, so Kiko for 16, and they tie it up here. All right, so now we're
Oh,
double OT here. Restart
now
RPS3. Okay, I'll try that after this game.
I've seen a lot of overtime games, especially earlier in the season here at Houston. It is a stressful experience, because you'll get moments where you think, okay, we got it. I remember, we're up a touchdown. It's 4th and 22 against Texas Tech. We thought we had it. Nope. Their quarterback, Donovan Smith at the time, who just transferred to Houston, rolls out right, finds someone open midfield. He takes it, gets a good 30-yard gain.
Oof.
Overtime is a
Yeah.
insane experience. It's stressful, and you're on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Well, we got a 4th and inches here. This is the game on the line. Unfortunately, we cannot watch it. So, sim play. Let's see what happens. And that's the game. Iowa State survives double OT. I'll restart our PS3 here, but let's just take a look at what happened. Great game. Mo Alley Cox multiple times. And then Iowa State was just a little too much. 6 touchdowns for Kiko. Who knows what would have happened if we watched it? Probably Iowa State would have probably just won in regulation. But big day for Mo Alley. All right, so let's restart. I'll restart my game, and we'll get right back into it. Obviously, we have a big game coming in here. So while I get this restarted, I'm going to put the overlay back up, and it'll go dark for you here. Can you still hear me, though? Big Hawk, are you there? We are still streaming. All right. So while we're waiting here, we're gonna start the first prediction because it is the Sickos game of the week. So we got passing touchdowns for Lou Ishar. Sorry for the ear.
The screen is back up, brother. I cannot see it.
You cannot see it? Okay. So you got 2 minutes here. How many how many passing touchdowns for Lou Ishire today? Over 3.5 or under 3.5?
With the trend we've been seeing today, we've seen a lot, ball moving around, a lot of big games. I'm going to say over 3.5.
Over 3.5. All right. Alrighty. So, can you see the game or no?
You're not streaming on Discord.
Okay, here we go. You should be able to see it now. All right, before we get into this big game, we're back in. I reloaded it. Can you see it, Hawk?
It's still connecting me to it.
Okay. Let me know when you can see it.
Very odd. It's still just doing the little connecting thing.
It's because I'm streaming, so it might... Normally I like to be connected before... I can't... Dude, it's still going. You still have a full minute to predict, my dude. Reload. Put your channel points on the line. Here, let me try this again. There. Can you hear me, Big Hawk? Hawk, can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hold on. I need to close my Discord, reopen it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Hello? RTC connecting. I don't know what that means, man. Alright, there we go. Hello? It's still just connecting, man. Sorry, Dogwater, I did not mean for the helmets to be glitched out of their minds, and now my, Alright, I'm just going to keep it rolling. I can't connect back with Big Hawk for some reason because I'm streaming. So, I don't want to stop the stream and restart it because then it's multiple VODs. But we're just going to keep going here. Sicko's Game of the Week. You guys already know. Helmet Gate. Watch the kickoff so that we know issues fixed before we get into the game. Okay. I mean, I can do that. This is a fun game. This is a big game. So, Nick, heads or tails, kick or receive? And like I said, there's no reason the game should be glitching. I haven't entered the files in the editor or anything. So, don't know why it's messing up. But yeah, we'll watch the kickoff. And we got snow here in Buffalo. Oh, baby. Hopefully it works. Hopefully this works. God, dude, it was snow when he beat Toledo. All right, Nick, heads or tails, kick or receive? Nick is chonding. Come on, we all know he's here. All right, Nick, I'm going to have to give you heads and kick. All right, typical heads and kick here. All right, so we're going to watch the kickoff here. So it appears like we're good. I'm going to watch the first offensive play, though, just because that's when it was messing up when they were lining up here. As Ty Schultz does get a 26-yard gain. So I'm going to watch the first play just to make sure. So we'll see Arch Manning at least for one play here. You got Apollo Ames in the backfield, Antoine Randall in the slot. Calvin Tyrell is that behemoth out there at top. We got Apollo Ames. All right, so it seems like it works. So anytime we have a glitch like that, the key up. So they're running hurry up. So I actually can't stop it. So we're going to be watching until they throw an incompletion or something. So nice start here. Obviously, they've been relying on Apollo Ames. As Arch Manning, he decides to take off here. And he gets a 2-yard gain. Are they going to continue the hurry-up offense? They are, so I cannot stop it here. No rigging happening. So a 3rd and 7 draw for Buffalo. That's not what you want to see. I think they're just going conservative for the first drive. Probably not the way you want to do it. Alrighty, so BearCave, we are here, and Tennessee starts out. And Buffalo responds here in the first quarter. Tennessee quickly responds. So you really don't like how the defense is playing. But can Buffalo... Come on, Buffalo. Keep it a game. All right, all right. So the defense, after I started talking shit, is actually playing pretty well. Next quarter, and a quick touchdown for Tennessee. Buffalo, can they respond? They get 3 points and a quick touchdown. Oh, baby. This week has been wild. And Buffalo takes the lead here in the fourth quarter. Oh, what is actually going on here? As Tennessee 30-yard field goal is no good. Okay, we're watching the rest of this game. We have 4 minutes left. Can Buffalo do it? This would be one of the biggest upsets in SFA history. Can Buffalo, at home in the snow, take down number 2 Tennessee? Missing field goals. And now Arch Manning's running clock. He takes off. Third and 6. Who makes the play? You got to continue. All right, they're running back to the line here. I don't see Antoine Randall on the field. Nick, do you not want to watch it? All right, well, next time it stops, I'll go back to simming, but... All right. Arch Manning here, he does take off. Well, he's out of bounds, so... Bro, he's running hurry up. What the hell? I can't stop it, so... They're intentionally... Apollo aims. Buffalo runs, I guess, a hurry-up offense, like, every single time. I'm not sure why. I can't stop it, so. He technically went out backwards. No, he did not. The play clock should have stopped there. It is snowing. I thought in the second half of these games, the game, like, shows the... lines of scrimmage. You know what I mean? I guess they are. I guess it's just snowing a little too hard here. 2nd and 5. And Ty Schultz. 8 receptions, 126 yards here for Ty. No 2-minute warning. I'm glad we fixed our glitch. That way we can watch these things. I'm not sure if your guys' over is going to hit because Tennessee needs a touchdown, and who knows if they had a rushing one. The snow game definitely impacted that. And Apollo Ames, does he get there? No, he does not. Apollo Ames is stopped. So will they attempt a field goal? No, they're going for it. So a huge call here. Buffalo's going for the win. They want it. Can they do it? Split back formation. Arch Manning. They're throwing for it. Arch. He's yamming it deep, and it's picked off. He was aiming for Ty Schultz, his first interception of the season, if he hasn't thrown one yet this game. Oh, baby, what a time. No, it's so 2 picks for Alton Weiss. So Arch Manning, coming into the game with no picks in his career, he had thrown another one. All right, so Lou Ishire, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Can they do it? They need a touchdown. And he throws it deep, and that is tipped Quillenhausen. Lou Ishire. He's having himself a decent game here. So it definitely, Tennessee no cover is going to happen. But can they get in field goal range? He throws it deep and a diving catch. What a catch. And that's Jimmy Holiday coming back from the broken wrist and making a diving play for Lou Ishire like he did for Cardale on the Hail Cardale. Does that mean we're going to see a Hail Lou? Lou, he's yamming it deep again to the other side, and this time it's intercepted! Buffalo picks off Lou Ishire! Holy cow! Tennessee still has 2 timeouts, so it's not quite over. Apollo Ames up the middle. All he needs is 1 first down. Are we about to see the greatest ascension in SFA history? The Buffalo Bulls. Has Pinstripe been right all along? As Apollo Ames, he gets the first down and he stiffies a man. 17-yard gain, and that's going to do it. The Volunteers are going to head back to Tennessee with a loss. They're going to fall to 8-2. Lou Ishire yams it into double coverage. And you got to think Lou Ishire is going to get himself on falling apart yet again. Apollo Ames, he's running again. The only thing that could save him is a forced fumble. It looks like Nick has died. Luckily, this is a no-conference game, and that's final. Buffalo does it. They get the upset at home. Obviously, the snow played a huge factor. It had to have. It's over. Ty Schultz, 8 for 126 and 2 tutties. Holy cow. All I gotta say is a 3-point win over Buffalo looks pretty good now, my boys. Come on. A 3-point win over Buffalo seems pretty good. You know, if me and Nick still face in the playoff, I'm putting the line at -6 ECU just because of this. Let's go! What a win. That is easily the biggest win of, Buffalo, but not many SFA coaches have beaten a top 5 team. I don't think I have ever done it. So that is a huge accomplishment for Pinstripe. I'm sure he is freaking out. Ty Schultz started it out despite 2 interceptions. So Lou Ishire, 2 and 2. Jalen Wright, only 66 yards and a touchdown. Marley went off. He was popping it. Jimmy Holiday made a great play. And then 2 interceptions for Wise. Only a few interceptions. And let's take a look at Buffalo here on defense first. 2 sacks for Bazile. 1 sack for Folsom. Michael Morse didn't do anything really. Andrew Jordan, so that's not George Jordan. But Barney Fish, 6 tackles. And then let's take a look at his offense here. Arch Manning had a great game just despite 2 interceptions. 80 yards on the ground for Apollo Ames. Ty Schultz, LeBourne, Calvin Tyrell. Antoine didn't do anything. They shut him the big play down. And the snow game hits him where it hurts. Do not travel to Buffalo in the snow. Wild game there. All right, so now we go on. So, hold on. We didn't check. Actually, it doesn't matter. He only scored 21 points, so there's no way he could have had over 3.5 passing touchdowns. So the under hits, which was actually only 39%. So enjoy your channel points, boys. Yes, sir. Penn just pulled off the impossible, a 24-21 victory. Arch Manning threw a pick, and then Lou Ishire gave it right back on an interception. So wild. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say about that one. That's just ridiculous. I can't believe that happened. Penn 5 straight wins. He's for sure going to be ranked. Ohio State at Maryland is up next. So the number 1 team in the country. Let's see. This was game day last year when it was on. So we'll see if the number 1 team in the country, one of 2 undefeated Power 5s left. Now, obviously, Tennessee's playoff hopes are far from over because it's a non-conference game, and he's only at 2 losses. So finish 10-2, which he very well should because it's against Kentucky and I believe Vanderbilt. I will say my response, though, to that, Nick, is that had I just simmed it very easily, they could have just scored a touchdown, and then you'd be down 10, and then it not matter as well. So, I mean, you got the interception. You had over 2 minutes. Time wasn't a factor. But can Ohio State do it? All right, so Ohio State, quick touchdown. And Maryland with a wild response, like a 20-play drive, and a quick touchdown. Another quick touchdown, so Maryland doesn't look like they can put up much of a fight today. They are definitely a shell of their former selves. Really, it's just about if they can cover the spread. As we go into the fourth quarter here, Maryland, I thought you could put up a fight today, boys, at home. But Ohio State in the regular season is just ridiculously OP. 45-6. God, a 39-point line is what that needs. No, 52. Jesus. So, Ohio State probably they returned a punt as time expired. Like, what? So, all right. OSU won. All right, next up in BearCave, we have USC and Arizona State. So Arizona State, who's always terrible at the start of the year, and then they wind up being one of the best teams towards the end. They are a slow burn. Where is the Pac-12 here? So you got USC, Arizona State. I mean, if I stuck to the rules, then Georgia Southern would be game day today. So, we had the helmet glitch, so I figured why not have a little bit more makeup in one of the better games with a little bit more gameplay. Luckily, it worked out where it doesn't matter. But, all right, Arizona State. USC is pretty good, though, here. The hefty lefty, he is a dark horse. I'm not really a dark horse, but he is one of the best sophomore quarterbacks here. He was the number 1 QB in his class. I think a lot of people say Kiko is better. Oh, yeah, Pinstripe does have a transitive win. All right, Arizona State. All right, so they start out with a quick touchdown. Response with a field goal for USC. USC does take the lead. All right, now Arizona State responds. ASU is so good against the Pac-12. It's ridiculous as USC gets a field goal, and we're heading to the end of the third quarter here. Can USC make this a game? They miss the 2-point conversion, and a quick touchdown for Arizona State, and a quick touchdown back for USC. But Arizona State just keeps scoring. Oh, man. All right. And down 10 still, so not going to go in. And Arizona State gets another win. Jared Lorenzen once again going crazy. They had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Mainly just running it. Lorenzen had a kickoff return. This very likely could be a scoregami. Jackson Dart is their starter. So Rick in his return, he's back. He gets a nice little dub there. Got a little Hendon Hooker action there. Tony Turner, he had 3 touchdowns. Not a lot of yards, though, surprisingly. Not even 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's interesting. He does run the Air Force offense, which is wild as well. Alrighty, so, okay, we still have another game, though, before we have Clemson, who actually started the season really poorly, losing to 2 G5 schools. Where are they? Clemson, ACC. So 5-2, they're 5-0 in conference play. On the flip side, Syracuse had high hopes this season, but they just have not been able to get it done in a disappointing ACC. They're 2-3. This conference as a whole, outside of really Boston College, has been a huge disappointment. We are in the dome, though, here for Syracuse. A lot of people think that Clemson, the defending national champions, are not very good. They cite strength of record, losing to multiple G5s in the beginning of the season. But we'll see. They had a new offense, so of course you have to gel, right? Like pretty much completely new offense. But Will Shipley, he is, I believe, their starting running back. And they have Will Rogers. So we'll see if Clemson is fraudulent or not. They can still make a push for the division. All they'll have to do is, if they win out, is beat Boston College head-to-head. As Syracuse takes a 2-score lead, Clemson does battle back, but you got to be able to stop this Syracuse team that has a lot of SFA players. And Clemson, they don't tie it up. And Syracuse kind of popping off now. Can DeAndre Wilkinson or Corey Burke finish this out? And an interception from Will Taylor. They add a field goal, down 3 scores here. They get 1 back. Can they get another? Okay, they punt. No quick score. You needed a quick touchdown there. No good, though, from Wayne Rooney. And they're going to add, and it's going to be a little too late here, as Syracuse does win it. So we may only be jumping into 1 game here on BearCave. Shipley, Rooney got a few. Yeah, so a big win for Syracuse. They now go to 6 wins, 6-3, the unofficial Orange Bowl. Okay, you saying Clemson's about to get clapped and they lose by 10. I don't think losing by 10 counts as a clap. Yeah, Ohio State covered. They won by 45 points. All right, so we got Clemson. And honestly, this week, outside of Tennessee, Buffalo, and the game day, there wasn't necessarily any big-time matchups. So this is going to be the BearCave game of the week. We got Michigan versus Michigan State, a true rivalry game. Michigan has been playing well. So this is your This is our other prediction. Remember, there's no spreads in this. Who wins? Are you going to take Michigan, who is streaking as of late, or are you going to take Michigan State, who has the Heisman frontrunner, McBurnfinger? I'm going to give you guys a minute here, so get your channel points out, get them ready. I'm going to try to put some money on this game as well. So I think this is I think a lot of people are going to put money on Michigan State, like more than they probably should. So the prediction is out. We have 7.7K right now on Michigan State. So if any of you guys put money on Michigan, you are going to get a fat check. So we got 200. There you go. So somebody's being a savage there. I don't know who put that much. Ron, it looks like, put that much. So Ron put 5,500 or 5.1 on Michigan State. So if you put money on Michigan and they get it done, it's going to be a fat paycheck for you. Alrighty. So McBurnfinger or McNasty, if you're in here, let me know. Kick or receive. And we are reigning here. I believe it's East Lansing is where they play. And Michigan versus Michigan State, two teams that have made the playoff before. McNasty, though, popping off. Yeah, the payout was very tempting. I mean, when you see 7K to nothing, you got to put a little money on the nothing, right, just to see. I think we're all expecting a Michigan State win here, but you never know. Michigan State has played multiple overtime games this season, most recently against Iowa, I believe, where they've been on the losing end against Baylor, the winning end against Iowa. So let's see what happens. Michigan starts out the scoring and no touchdowns yet. All right, they get one back right before the quarter's end. Can Michigan State keep it up? No, they cannot. Definitely a Big Ten matchup here, as Michigan State is one of the highest scoring offenses in the country. So only 7 points in one half is definitely discouraging, as we got a long drive there. Can Michigan State muster anything? No, they cannot. So we're going change of possession now. And on 4th and 3, they throw the ball on the goal line. Michigan State, what are you doing? All right, you have great field position here. You got to score a touchdown, and they do. So Bradford Blazer got that touchdown. And Michigan scores. Michigan State down 7, 2 minutes remaining. Hamp Fay, he does take on, and he's sacked! Hamp Fay! Rashawn Berry, 2 sacks and 5 TFLs. He is just making this right tackle look like a practice squad player. And time is ticking. 2nd and 16. McBurnfinger in the backfield. Blazer in the slot. Hamp Fay. This would definitely put pretty much a huge blunder for Michigan State as far as winning this conference. Michigan is hot. I believe they start 1-2, and they're 3-1 since. And a blitz, but he gets it off in a diving catch for the first down. Malik Carr putting his body on the line for the team. Hamp Fay took a shot, and those are the kind of plays you need to win a game like this. A big rivalry game. You got to lay everything on the line. They bring the blitz again. He gets it to Malik Carr again. Unfortunately, he could not stay in bounds, and Michigan State does need a touchdown, so they're going to need a big play here. And McBurnfinger has been awfully quiet. He's in the backfield. I don't think you're going to see a lot of running from him, but he is very active. And he is terrible there in pass defense. I don't know what McBurnfinger was doing, but we have a flag. They're calling pass interference on that one, and you could definitely see that. He was double covered. They were all over him. 15 yards. Michigan State gets a break there as the Michigan coach is freaking out. So now they're across the 50 with a fresh set of downs. Hampfey. He has time. He just throws this one away. You got to think the rain is affecting this offense. Michigan is no slouch. And Michigan State loves to play these close games. But this is where you need your Heisman moment. He gets it over the middle, and that's Keon Coleman, who is definitely outside of McBurnfinger, their top producer. He is really good inside the 20 on those screen passes. Yeah, we got lots of upsets brewing here. They're running quick option. Hampfey keeps it, and he breaks a few tackles. I mean, you can't fault that D lineman. You got the Heisman front runner there in the backfield. You got to take him on a short gain pitch. Hampfey surprises them. 58 seconds left. They still have 2 timeouts. Time really not a factor anymore. They have plenty of time here. They just need to score. Hampfey, he can't take a sack. He does it, and he delivers a dot. Terry Lockett Jr., and now they're in the red zone. Michigan State clutching up here. Hampfey, despite pretty much being pressured every single play, he's delivered beautiful passes. Can they keep it up? Hampfey, he has time this time, dumps it off to Bradford Blazer. You guys remember he scored against Iowa in overtime, and then he got stopped an inch short against Baylor as they are going to stop the clock here. 3rd and 5, 37 seconds left. This game's coming down to the wire at the 10-yard line to send it to overtime. Hampfey, he has a decent pocket, but he decides to take off on 3rd and 5, and he slides for it, and they give him the first down. Holy smokes, you would think he would continue. I thought he had a shot at the end zone there. 30 seconds left. They run up to the line. He takes off again, and he is going to go down, and time is running. Tick, tick, tick. That's Calcium Laddermilk, the SFA player. He has 3 sacks today in there in the middle of the line, and they are going to spike it. Time is a non-factor. You have 2 touchdowns, or you have 2 plays. You need a touchdown. Time's not a factor here. Calcium Laddermilk, the SFA player on the defensive line, made a play there. Who is going to score? Hampfey, they have time here. Over the middle, touchdown, Michigan State, Christian Fitzpatrick. A beautiful slant route. And now all they need to do is make the extra point to send this to overtime. The kick is up. And it's good. So 11 seconds left here for Michigan. Are they going to try to do anything? And for the 3rd time this season, it's looking like we're going to overtime with Michigan State. They're 1-1 in these games. We haven't really seen too much out of McBurnfinger today. J.J. McCartney is the quarterback now after the graduation of Devin Gardner. They are going to throw it. That was triple coverage, but he completes it, and they call it timeout. So they might have a chance at the end zone here. I don't think Michigan wants to go to overtime. I think when you're starting from the 25, Michigan State's probably a bit stronger. So we'll see what they decide to do here. And he gets sacked, and that is Dwayne The Rock Johnson coming off the edge. And they do call another timeout, though, so they're still going to attempt. They would need a 69-yard touchdown here to beat Michigan State. So triple zeros here. McCartney, he is going to yam it deep. And that is incomplete. Kerry Crump deflects it, and we are headed to overtime. So McNasty, if you're here, let me know. Do you want the ball or do you want to be on offense? I'm going to give it a few seconds. He did win the toss. I'm going to pick defense here if you don't say anything in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Defense. Michigan is out first. McBurnfinger is on the field. They come out in I formation. Can Michigan stun? They dump it off out of the backfield. We got a stiffy and a hurdle. You never see a hurdle. He gave him the stiffy and then he hurdled him. That was a beautiful play there for Michigan. Yeah, Michigan State loves overtime. JJ over the middle, and it's dropped. The elements are coming into play here. That would have been a first down. Either JJ McCartney was getting swallowed almost immediately. He got it off. It was a perfect throw and just dropped. So 3rd and 4. McBurnfinger hyping up the crowd. He's blitzing. And McCartney, he dumps it out, and it's almost picked. Oh, that would have probably ended the game. He could have gotten a pick 6, but for sure. But they're letting up a field goal attempt here now. Can Michigan at least put 3 on the board? And it's good. Michigan takes a 3-point lead. The Michigan State, if they score a touchdown, they will survive and move to 7-1. If they get a field goal, we'll go to a second overtime. And if they choke, Michigan will win. Can they do it again? They had about an 80-yard touchdown drive with 2 minutes left. They're going to quickly run a screen pass, and they get a nice little stiffy animation that gets 4. Fitzpatrick this time coming in clutch. I formation now. We've yet to see McBurnfinger get a touch. Once again, they're not going to do it. They're going to use the fullback up the middle. So an interesting decision there to go to Langford. 3rd and short. Can Michigan force a field goal attempt? Can Loudermilk get his 4th sack? He's number 90 there in the middle with the elbow pads. They're going to throw it. And a wide open man, Bradford Blazer, he breaks a tackle! And he gets to the 1! Bradford Blazer making up for the Baylor game in a big way. On the 1-yard line, 1 yard from glory. They're coming out in the Maryland I. They give it to McBurnfinger up the middle. Touchdown, Michigan State. And they will win it here at home. Michigan State survives, and they'll go to 7-1, keeping their playoff hopes alive. A beautiful game there. I don't control the ads, boys. Let's go. Use your Twitch Prime, baby. McBurnfinger. Now, I'm going to say that Bradford Blazer, that was all him. I wish. See, that's one of those plays, because, look, he had a touchdown in the 4th quarter. Like, that's one of those plays where, yeah, they gave it to McBurnfinger. He got the win. But you wish that he would have stretched or, like, you know, broken one more tackle to make it, you know, like a big play to end the game, right? But a big game there for the freshman who's been thrusted into the starting role. a huge win for Michigan State, especially in a week where we've had multiple top 10 upsets. I just have it on the basic one or whatever. So Calcium Loudermilk, though, I totally forgot he's even on Michigan. Michigan's one of those teams that does really well in in-game recruiting. So they're probably going to be good for a while. I mean, they're 4-4 now, but so I just want to make sure we simmed all the games, and then we'll do a preview for next week. Oh, fuck, I have to sim my game. Oh, no. All right, here's the shit talk. Here's where ECU loses. Who is ready, baby? Oh, my God. Let's go. We win. Heisenberg, 1, 2, 3. Oh, give me 4. Let's go. 3 touchdowns for Heisenberg. And guess what? To all of you haters who say Heisenberg is shit, I'm telling you, 6 touchdowns in the last 2 games. He already has 11 on the season. He's now up to 36 or 35 career touchdowns in 3 years. Only 19 passes for Bo Wallace, 4 tutties. Get this man in the Heisman watch. Woo! You love to see it. You love to see it. Vic Beasley getting himself. And J.J. Watt is back. I guess you could tell me, or I guess you could say, all right, so that's game day, that I have a transitive win over Texas A&M. I mean, I'm already better than them, but, I mean, it just feels appropriate that I have the transitive win to prove it as well. All right, so week 11. So this is what we're looking at next week. And I'm looking at one game. Honestly, I don't think we're going to ask the Discord this week about game day because I think it's really cut and clear. So looking at the games, I don't think this is going to be game day. This is what you guys are saying you're thinking is going to be game day. No, let me tell you what's going to happen. This is going to be game day. How can this not be game day? Iowa State and Baylor or Michigan State at Ohio State? Now, here's why. It's because in Week 12, you have Kansas and Baylor. And that's the division. How are you going to say Baylor and Iowa State? That's not... That game has so much less on the line than Michigan State at Ohio State. Alright, I'll leave it to a vote, I guess. But, you know, because here's the deal. It's like, even with the... playoff committee, I don't want the same team on game day 2 weeks in a row. And then you have Kansas at Baylor. We could do Notre Dame at ECU. Penn State's not good. I'm not doing Tennessee at Vanderbilt. Minnesota, no thanks. Let me just see if there's any other big games. Colorado, Stanford at Cal, not really. Florida State and Boston College doesn't mean anything. I don't have time to do 2 game days. So, I don't know. I'll leave it to a vote for you guys, but let's just take a look at all the matchups this week. Penn State at Michigan, Toledo at Buffalo, so that is going to be a big one. Ole Miss at Arkansas. Don't underestimate Arkansas. They've been playing really, really well. They started out, I believe, like 1-3 or something. That's going to be a fun game. Georgia Southern and Florida Atlantic, that's going to be a good one. Oklahoma needs to win this game to have a chance at a bowl game. Memphis, Houston, and Rice, that's going to be an interesting one. That will probably be on BearCave for sure. Louisiana Tech kind of got screwed by a glitch. Syracuse and Boston College. South Carolina, you got multiple games here. This was a big upset last season. Mid-Tennessee State. Can't believe they lost. Auburn. We got Illinois and Iowa. That will be a fun one. San Diego State, UNLV. That's going to have fireworks. That'll probably be on BearCave. Cincinnati and Old Dominion. I'll settle for Camp's Baylor being BearCave. I mean, all right. I'll let you guys decide. I just think an Ohio State Michigan State matchup is way too good to pass up. All right, guys. So I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get commentary set back up with Hawk if he's available, and we'll get rolling on game day here shortly. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry that we had issues with the helmets. Luckily, we'll be able to. We know the fix in the future. So sometimes random things come up. That just happens with an emulator. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back.